made a trip shopping, and I couldn't figure out how I was going to get into the store, and it was a big store, the Bay. Finally, after months and months of sort of every time I'm in the area, casing the building out, walking as much as I can around it, trying to see if there's a ramp somewhere or something, I finally phoned them and they gave me, directions, but even that worked out strange. I had to go into a bank, take the elevator down to the concourse, and then in the concourse go into the basement of the Bay, and then from there take the elevator up to where I needed to go, and then same thing coming back, take the elevator back down, through the mall, and then I couldn't find the elevator in the mall to get back up, and then I finally figured out where it was and got myself out. So I'm finding accessibility really, really difficult, and it's really frustrating me. It's really cut me off, I feel, from a lot of things, and it's just I have to think everything out, plan everything out, and there's no doing anything on the fly anymore. There's no, hey, let's do this, because before that I have to know whether I can get into the place, and also getting tired. I had a bad day one day, and I was really upset. Even yesterday, it was one of those situations. I was going for the only handicap washroom in the building, and shuffling as fast as I could towards the door with my walker, and just then somebody runs past me and runs into the handicap washroom and locks the door, so I'm stuck there then waiting for them to finish so I could get in to go to the washroom. So it's a lot of stuff like that happening. And then a few weeks ago, what really was infuriating me was when I tried to go and have a hamburger, and I found one place in the village where they actually have like a temporary wood ramp up against the steps so you can get down into the restaurant. The only problem is once I get into the restaurant, the tables are too close together, so there's only 2 tables that have enough room beside them that I can fit my walker and then sit and eat. So when I got in, there was a bit of a lineup, so I'm standing in the lineup, and then a nurse and a security guard come in behind me, and they rush and grab one of the tables. So I'm thinking to myself, oh great, sort of where I was aiming for, but at least there's one table left. So I'm standing in line, still waiting for my order, and then another man comes in, stands in line, goes over to my only other table I can use, and throws his knapsack and his bags and everything on, and then gets in line behind me. And so I'm standing in line, I'm thinking, oh shoot, now where am I going to stay? I can't take this home, it would be cold by the time I get home, so I got to try to eat it here. So they have a bar that runs along with stools, So I thought, well, I guess I can try to eat there. The problem is they had all the stools pushed up, and the legs were over like a foot railing, and the chairs were a real heavy steel. So after I get my order, which was another story, there I am struggling with this chair, trying to pull it over the railing so I can get it, so I can sit on it and eat. I find lots of times when you're disabled, people, and it's not even a huge disability, it's just a walker, but people sort of pretend you're not, pretend like you don't exist, like you're not there. And that was one of the things with my order. I had ordered the smallest burger I could find and small thing of fries and drink. And so fill up the drink, there's no lids. So I'm asking the girl where the lids are, and I'm just being totally ignored. So I finally saw some lids further down the counter, so I sort of shuffled my way down the counter, grabbed some lids, put it on my drink, because there's no way I'm going to make it from the counter to there without spilling my drink if there's no lid on it. And then a man behind me ordered a side dish of mayo for his fries, so I thought, oh, that sounds good. I eat that in Quebec all the time, and I loved it. So at the same time, I said to her, I said, can you add a side order of mayo to my order too? And so my order comes, and there's no mayo, so I'm standing there, and I'm waiting. She's just totally ignoring me, running back and forth, back and forth. I'm standing there, tray in front of me, waiting, and I thought, you'd think she'd look at me and say, oh, that's right, you wanted mayo, but she just kept ignoring me, and then finally I had to shout out, can I get that mayo? And she, put the mayo on, and then I went over and did my chair struggle. But so I was been feeling really bummed out about accessibility and setbacks. This damn broken toe set me back at the gym. Pride Day is coming up the end of this month, and when I left Casey House, I had all these hopes that by Pride I wouldn't need the walker anymore. I'd have more strength, I'd be able to do more stuff, and the broken toe set me back, and now I'm basically where I was before, and I don't think 3 weeks at the gym is going to get me in shape enough for Pride Day. So I missed Pride Day sort of last year with Casey House, and this year I have a feeling I'm going to miss quite a bit of it too. So that's frustrating me, and I really am anxious to get to the point at least where I can get rid of the walker, and I would like to go dancing again sometime. I have not been dancing in years, and if people who knew me back then, I loved to dance. I mean, I would go to the club, and if, for example, the club opened at midnight, I'd get there at midnight, and if the club closed at 5 in the morning, I basically danced from midnight till 5 in the morning, and then go home. So I miss dancing, and none of the clubs in the city. I'm not going to dance with my walker anyways, but even if I wanted to, there's no clubs I can think of no clubs in the village that I can get into. So that's my rant about accessibility. As much as I went on and off topic, and here and there and everywhere, I hope it makes some sort of sense, and hopefully it won't be such a long gap before I make another posting. Thank you.